How you doing, everybody? My name is Rob Newell, and I have the honor of being the president of Local 1500, as well as the new plan manager for both the Local 1500 pension and annuity funds. I hope this video finds you and your families in good health and provides you some useful information with regard to your collectively bargained retirement plans. Based on the recent settlement and overwhelming ratification of the new Stop & Shop contract, there are some pretty significant changes happening for thousands of Local 1500's members. The main purpose of this video is to try to explain the events leading up to the ratification of the new contract and explain what impact they have on your pension fund, your annuity fund, and most importantly, all of you. So let's start with some important house cleaning. Everything that I discussed with relation to any pension plan modifications are all pending trustee approval during the March 9th board meetings. Although I can speak to the intent of the board today, a few important processes must take place before the board can consider voting to approve any proposed changes or amendments to the plan. The first item that must be completed is the pension fund's 2021 zone certification. Zone certifications are conducted annually by the fund's actuary and give the board an understanding of the financial status of the fund as it goes forward. We have every reason to believe that our actuaries from the Siegel Company will have this completed before the March 9th board meeting. Our recent settlement with Stop & Shop calls for the company to pay $225 million as a result of completely withdrawing from the pension fund. As I record this video, the first installment of over $112 million has already been received by the fund office and was transferred to the plan's investment manager, SEI. Because of this, we expect the pension fund zone status will change from red to green. Being in the green zone means the removal of the red zone restrictions and, most importantly, the termination of the current rehabilitation plan. Now that the pension fund will be free of the rehabilitation plan, the trustees can once again take action to fully reinstate future monthly accruals for all remaining participants in the pension fund. That is the intent of the board at the March 9th meeting. However, you should know that there will be a different amount credited for future accruals that are earned starting January 1, 2021. Prior to January 1st, 21, a full-timer earned $60 per month for every year of service after September of 2002, or $55 a month for every year of service before 2002 of September. This accrual was exactly half for part-timers, so $30 per month for every year of service after September of 2002, and $27.50 for every year of service before September of 2002. However, effective January 1st, 2021, all future, not past, but future service only, is projected to be earned at a rate of $48 per month for every year of full-time service beyond December 31st, 2020, and part-time service will be earned at a rate of $18 per month for every year of part-time service beyond December 31st, 2020. No other plan rules are projected to change for the participants that remain in the Local 1500 pension fund. So we're clear. If you were hired to work at King Cullen Pharmacy, Wild by Nature, D'Agostino's, Gristedes, Tops Markets, HMSM, SRS ShopRite, Mannix ShopRite, Bonadonna ShopRite, Gemstone Key Food, 5-in-1 Key Food, Matlin Key Food, Powerhouse Holiday Farms in Roslyn, Mandel Key Food, Pickwick Key Foods Legacy Stores, Dan Supreme's Key Food Legacy Stores, Glass Garden ShopRite, Associated in Rockville Center, the IGA Food Basket of Bayville, or Scatoro's, then you are still currently in the UFCW Local 1500 pension fund, and this change in accrual impacts you going forward. Please be aware that there are some companies that have members in both the pension fund and the annuity fund. You are already in the annuity fund if you were hired in the Glass Garden store. There's a Glass Garden ShopRite in College Point, New York. If you were hired in any of the Dan Supreme stores that were purchased from A&P during the bankruptcy auction, the Glenhead Holiday Farms, Superfresh in Staten Island, Pickwick Key Food in Massapequa, if you are one of the Pickwick Management Group, if you are in any of our Bogopah stores, all of our current Fairway stores, Columbus Foods in Manhattan, Foodway in Georgetown, Brooklyn, Village ShopRite in Bruckner Boulevard in the Bronx, now, as of 2/1/2021, King's Supermarkets in Garden City, and Stop & Shop as of January 1st, 2021. There's a significant difference between the Stop and Shop settlement and all of the other recent scenarios where Local 1500 members were moved from the pension fund and began participating in the annuity fund. In this case, however, Stop and Shop has agreed to pay 100% of their withdrawal liability to the pension fund. In every case prior, except for Columbus Foods, the contributing employer to the pension fund was liquidated in a bankruptcy proceeding, leaving the pension fund and all of its remaining employers responsible to make up the shortfall. Because Stop and Shop is paying their full withdrawal liability, the terms and conditions of how this group is vested in the annuity fund will be different than it is in other groups in the past. Usually, all new participants have a 2-year vesting period in the annuity fund. However, the Board of Trustees for the annuity fund has already amended the plan to allow all current Stop and Shop members with at least 2 years of continuous service with Stop and Shop on January 1st of 21 to be vested immediately in the annuity fund. That means a current Stop and Shop member is eligible to collect or roll over any contributions made on your behalf, even if you decide to leave covered employment before an additional 2 years have passed. Also, if you are hired by Stop and Shop prior to December 26, 2020, but you have less than 2 years of continuous service, you will be given credit for your pre-2021 continuous service. It'll be credited towards your vesting in the annuity fund. For a simple example, if you've already worked for Stop and Shop for 1 year before January 1st, 2021, you only need to work 1 additional year to be fully vested in the annuity fund. This helps keep our current Stop and Shop members from being disadvantaged due to Stop and Shop's withdrawal from the pension fund and prevents them from having to endure the full 2-year vesting period. For any part-time Stop and Shop member that was hired prior to January 1st, 21, you will need to be employed for more than 6 months to be eligible for annuity fund contributions to be made on your behalf. For any part-time Stop and Shop member hired on or after January 1st, 21, you will need to be employed for more than 1 year to have annuity fund contributions made on your behalf. Let's talk about the impact to the pension fund for all of our Stop and Shop members, especially those who were employed prior to January 1st, 2020, but have less than 5 years of employment as of December 31st, 2020. Although the pension fund has a 5-year vesting period, it is the intent of the Pension Board of Trustees to vote to amend the plan on March 9th. At that meeting, we would hope to protect any earned pension service of 1 year or more for the Stop and Shop participants who have less than 5 continuous years of service. Please pay close attention to the following few points. You should make note of the date I just referenced. I'm talking about service for Stop and Shop members that have at least 1 year of continuous service on or before December 31st, 2020. That's why I said the proposed amendment would only impact those participants who were employed by Stop and Shop prior to January 1st of 2020. Please keep in mind, it doesn't matter whether you are part-time or full-time, or if you change status during the year. All that matters is having the continuous 12 months of covered service. 2. If a Stop and Shop member has more than 1 year, but less than 5 years of current continuous pension service, and you stay with Stop and Shop long enough to complete 5 continuous years of service, the intent is to vest that member's pension service, even though it's less than the required 5 years. If you break service before the completion of 5 continuous years with Stop and Shop, you will lose the benefit of this amendment. I'm going to repeat that. If you break service before the completion of 5 continuous years with Stop and Shop, you'll lose the benefit of this amendment. 3. This doesn't mean that you will receive money for the additional years of pension service, but you would receive the credit towards vesting. Again, a simple example. If you have 3 continuous years of service with Stop and Shop on December 31st, 2020, and you continue to work for Stop and Shop under the annuity fund for another 2 years without a break in service, you will be eligible to collect a pension for those 3 years of pension service at age 65. Of course, this is a very simple example, and it doesn't consider any previous Local 1500 pension service credits, working for a different employer, or literally dozens of other potentially mitigating factors. So if you don't understand this point clearly, you can send an email to pension@ufcw1500.org. Again, that's pension, pension, at ufcw1500.org to get some additional clarification. Please remember, the 3 points I just read and the reinstatement of future accruals will all be proposed as amendments that need to be voted on and approved by the Board of Trustees at the meeting on March the 9th. For those members that are already vested in the Local 1500 pension fund, the changes are much simpler. Your pension service already entitles you to a pension when you reach retirement age. Retirement age can vary based on the years of service and your age. So if you need more information, you can email the pension department at pension@ufcw1500.org. That's an easy one, but I'll spell it. Pension, PENSION, @ufcw1500.org. Simply put, your pension will not continue to increase based on you just continuing to work at Stop and Shop. However, your pension could be worth more or less than 100% of its value based on the age that you choose to retire. There's something called ERFs, ERF, or Early Retirement Factors. That's what it stands for. They're automatically applied to pensions when a participant retires and collects and is less than 65 years old. They could also not be grandfathered and or be disabled. That would also have an impact on the ERF. This information can be reviewed further in the pension fund's SPD, or Summary Plan Description, also known as a pension book to most of you, which can easily be found at ufcw1500.org/your-union-benefits/pension-plan-2. If my people did this right, that should be on the screen right now. The Local 1500 Annuity Fund is a retirement vehicle, but it's not a 401k or an IRA. So currently, there is no ability for our members to contribute to their own accounts, and the assets in the fund are trustee, not participant directed. Although there could be modifications of the plan rules in the future, those are the rules today. The annuity fund has grown significantly over the last 5 years, and it's currently administered by ARIA Employee Benefit Services, Inc. Many of you may know ARIA as they send out all of our current pension checks since 2015 as well. As of December 31st, 2020, the fund had more than $3.5 million in assets, and because Stop and Shop is now a contributing employer to the fund, it will grow exponentially over the next 12 months. In January alone, the annuity fund will take in over $5 million in contributions. $4.3 million of that is the transition or startup money that we negotiated on behalf of our current Stop and Shop members to assist their transition to the new retirement vehicle. All active and those terminated vested participants will receive 2 statements per year detailing your account balances and your personal information. The statements are typically mailed out 3 to 6 months after the evaluation period has ended, and they're always mailed to the participant's current address on file. It's important that you keep up your personal information, and you always make sure that the fund office has the most up-to-date information about you. If you haven't already done so, you'll need to fill out an annuity fund beneficiary card. And if you'd like a copy of the annuity summary plan description, please email annuity@ufcw1500.org. That's annuity, ANNUITY, @ufcw1500.org. As you can guess, it's important that you keep up your personal information with the fund to ensure that you get all of your statements. Again, if you haven't already done so, all Stop and Shop members need to fill out an annuity fund beneficiary card. It's a big yellow card. As you can see, it's 2-sided, and it asks for you to fill in your personal information, your beneficiary selections, and it needs to be signed on the back. Please see your shop steward, your department manager, or your union representative if you haven't been given one to fill out already. If you'd like a copy of the annuity fund plan description, again, please send an email to annuity@ufcw1500.org. All current full-time Stop and Shop members active on December 26, 2020 will have between $600 and $3,000 of transition money deposited into your annuity fund accounts this month. All current part-time Stop and Shop members active on December 26, 2020 with at least 1 year of service will have between $200 and $1,000 of transition money deposited into your annuity fund accounts this month. The amount you receive depends on your PTO seniority date with Stop and Shop. If you don't know how much you qualify for, or you'd like more information, please contact your union representatives. Their names, phone numbers, and email addresses can be found on the Union Shop sign near your store's time clock. I recommend the best way to get a quick response for annuity fund questions is to email them rather than leave them a voicemail. In addition to the transition money, our Stop and Shop members will also begin receiving monthly contributions in January as well. We've received the first month's contributions this week, and they're all being processed as we talk. For all of our members that are current participants in the annuity fund, regardless of the company you work for, the monthly contribution made to your annuity account varies based on which contract you work for. In some cases, it can even vary based on your data hire in the same company. For more information about how much is contributed into your account, please refer to your most recent contract. If you'd like an updated copy of your contract, please send an email to info@ufcw1500.org. That's info, I-N-F-O, at ufcw1500.org. And we will get you one as soon as possible. Make sure to include your company name, store number, and email address in the body of the email, because we can send you a digital version of your contract even faster than we can mail out a printed copy. For all of you that are employed by one of the companies that are still contributing to the pension fund, please be aware that your employer will have the same opportunity to withdraw from the fund that Stop and Shop did. There is no question that some of your employees will try to reach agreement to withdraw from the fund this year, while others may want or need to wait another few years, and some will just continue being a contributing employer to the fund. Easy for me to say. No matter what, any impacted participants will be notified during and after the completion of any negotiations regarding your employer's withdrawal from the fund. The most important component of any withdrawal is the employer's agreement to pay their withdrawal liability to the pension fund. This helps to ensure that all benefits promised to the participants are available to be paid when they reach retirement age. There are far too many pension fund horror stories in this country right now, and the trustees of your pension fund want to ensure that none of that ever happens here. That concludes my presentation, and I hope this video has helped to answer many of your questions or provided you a way to get some additional information. Please know that none of these changes were made lightly, and all of them were made to protect the participants of the fund and ensure that everyone has an opportunity to collect the benefits that they've already earned. Our annuity fund has performed very well, and we have high expectations for that to continue long into the future. Providing our members a safe and reliable retirement vehicle has always been and will always be a top priority for our union, and we hope that you all understand that and agree. There is already enough danger and uncertainty in the world. The last thing we want to do is add to that. So thank you very much for your time, your patience with this entire process, but most of all for your membership. Being given the responsibility to be your president and the plan manager to the funds is not something I take lightly. Your leadership team and union staff spend every day fighting to secure your jobs, provide you a safer workplace, and continue to increase the value of your membership. I hope you all realize that we believe, as difficult as change can be, many times it's for the best. Sometimes, like now, change is not only the best choice, but it was actually the only other option to ensure long-term success for all of you. We will never be afraid to act decisively on your behalf, especially when we're faced with the inevitability that failure to change could end in a disaster for all of you. All the best, and remember to keep working smart and stay safe. Talk soon. Thank you.